Today is October the 28th of 2014. I want to go over the euro dollar using price and time technical analysis, so please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. Alright, so let's start out. I was on a little vacation, a little getaway last couple of days, so I couldn't do a video because I got all my tools on the main NASA computer. So this is what we got in the commitments of trader report. We got commercial still buying. Interesting enough, after we put this low here and we're trending higher, put a wave down, it looks like we may want to retest this high. Commercial are buying. Last they were at that what is it, 206 right here. They're 209, so they're buying, they're hedging. Retail sideways, and large speculators are selling. They were minus 159 as of the 21st, and then their last report was 155, so 159, so they're shorter. And over here on the index, you can see it more clearly that you got a spike. They're buying the euro. Retail is kind of sideways, and large speculators are selling. You can see sentiment is like it's pushing down, and that's what we got there. Sentiment is a weird one. I'm still trying to figure it out. Kind of see like here it goes up, euro's going down, and then it's euro's going down, and then this is going down. So it's like off a correlation. But anyway, figure we start out with that, so you can kind of see where the money's lining up. Retail and large speculators, mostly large speculators, are more short on the euro, and commercial are long. They're hedging. Let's start with the chart. You can see seasonal dates. You guys know that I've been always posting them every month. The 14th, we were a day early. The 15th got that nice pop. The 20th, which was around here, was kind of just a dud, I call it. And then the 28th, today we got a nice pop. So I figured something was going to happen. I don't know if it was going to go short or it was going to drop or pop. And but I had a hunch that it was probably going to go up because I've been long from here, and I just been seeing the price action and all my other indicators showing that there's strength coming in and bulls are showing up. So this is nice little wave 1, 2 if you're counting Elliott wave, and maybe this might be the big 3 shooting up. These points right here are price projections I have, thinking where price could go, and they could go anywhere from 28.17, somewhere around here, around this 29.82, and then over here you could pretty much say the 30.99-ish level right there. And then I got a few projections for that 31.84, 32.13, maybe close to this 50. And if you're really gonna get some Momo, anywhere between that 35.38 all the way to the 36.19. I'm not saying this is going to be all in one shot, one wave up, but if it's going to go up here, it's gonna do its thing. So I just wanted to put that out there. Some techniques I use, but the 28th got a 2 cluster hit, worked out great. I'm expecting some more upside. I don't know where we at right now. Is 50% was at 27.47. It hit up there and pulled back. If it gets to get up there and stay above there, next target is at 27.89 all the way to the 27.99, which is 25 and a 75%. This is going to be a strong level, and if we crack through that, break right above it, and kind of set a base there, then obviously we're going to test this high right here. So I figure I'll show you that. Gann swing. The Gann swing is still up. We got this nice little pop. Let this pop here, then we pull back down. And then right on the 23rd, where I got in at 26.16, we got a nice pop, and we're still riding this trend higher. Let's see where we at on the settings yet. 2, even on 1, looking good. 3, even better. So we're still in the game. We're going long, and just keep your stops. Just trail them up. Trail your stops up. You don't want to get whacked, and give it a little distance and get taken out. Elliott crowd saying no, we're waiting on wave 5. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is somewhere around here. Some other folks are saying This is the temporary low. We're gonna bounce up and maybe go down, retest this, and then shoot up. So we'll see. So I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing on my charts, and hopefully I'll try to get it all in 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be real quick. All right, so I'm done with this chart. Let's go into our other software. We do some calculations. Let's look at some cycles. So one cycle I got here going up, you know, topped off right here. You can see it did real nice. Put a little pause right here, and that looks like now from here, you know, I guess the first week of November wants to shoot up. I'm not saying that it's gonna go all the way up to 1400. This is just showing you the momentum, the trend that is up. And right here could be a possible pause or a change in trend right there, and that's just, you know, forecasting. Not saying that's just going to happen. This is just kind of giving you an idea using some cycle analysis. So we'll see if this will come out. And then I have another one that is doing the opposite. It's showing that we're putting a little base here. We're going to go up all the way to the 12th or the 13th around there of November, and then push lower. And this is more kind of the Elliott wave crowd. This is going to be their 5 that they're waiting for, and their 5 could be somewhere around the first or second week of January, if this is correct. You know, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but if this is correct, we'll continue pushing until we find a pivot low around the second week of January of 2015. What else we got to show? Some other cycles I got right here. It came in early actually here. It's going to bottom here and actually bottom here, pushing up. So there's a pivot high here of the second week, November the 2nd. So we got to keep an eye on that. That's just around the corner. Targets to watch for the upside if you're bullish. Anywhere between this 32, 43 area, and anywhere from this 3300 all the way to the 3397 could be resistance, and all the way obviously to the 3613 all the way to the 3677. This zone right here could be resistance, or you could get chopped up. So pointing that out right there. The Bradley model using the Astros, you can see that we put a pivot low here, we put a pivot low high right here. It was a day late, and then it kind of doing these two signals, but they're going sideways, and then it drops all the way to the November the 20th. So this could mean that it could drop, or this means that they could continue pushing higher and then find resistance somewhere around there. If any of the cycles show something, nothing really there. Nothing really there. It kind of shows, I don't know, not really there, like a pause. So we'll see. And this other Bradley is custom. Is it? Let's see. This one is customized right here, so we just got to see how this one's going to pan out. Right here. Did I hit something here? There we go. So this one looks like it's just trending higher, 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 higher. So the next one we got right here is coming up the 30th and the 5th of November. Other cycles that I have that I'm watching too is these right here, all piled up. These all came early, and right there it showed on the red one, it showed kind of like a top there. On the blue one, it showed here like a pivot low almost, and now this is where we at. So, and they kind of line up with a possible, top somewhere around here, and then a pause. So you can see the dates. Pretty much the second week of November. November 17, 16, and maybe a possible top somewhere around the first week of November. Keep an eye on that. I haven't worked on my November dates, but I'm kind of giving you a ready head start on what I'm seeing lining up. Which one is this one? I think that's it for that. And let's looking at our planetary equidistant lines, Venus and Mars. You can see that we got that nice pop right here, which I know that was going to help out. And the next one will be November 8th. So this is where we're at right now. So that was a pretty good trade. We're coming up here with a planetary return, which is the moon, from this pivot low. So this should be interesting. It might be volatility there. The 30th, if I have that on my radar. So keep an eye on that. I don't know what day is the 30th. That's this Thursday. Keep an eye on that. The moon put a low on the October 3rd, and we're gonna go right. The moon's gonna go right back to that same position right here on the 30th. So it could cause some volatility. Where is it gonna go? I mean, I'm assuming up, but you never know. The 128 technique, nothing really there. The Gann square using the 2008 high, you can see that there was a vibrational pop right here. And I told you guys to keep an eye on that, and everything, a lot of stuff was lining up. So it's good trade right there. You can see over here in this vibrational point right here, we put a pivot low. If I move this, maybe there was probably a top somewhere around here with this circle, this arc, and this angle. And the next thing we're going to come over here would be maybe this cross right here, which is the 4th. And then after that, we get out of the pop, the grid, the Gann grid, on the 20th, and we start a new one. Planetary fans, nothing there. Equidistance distance planetary from the May 8th high. We got something coming on November the 6th. There's a few things coming for next month. Found resistance right here, which is interesting. 2756, nothing there. The Gann square using the high and this impulse wave low. You can see that we're coming up also to the 30th right here. So this is a lot of stuff is lining up on the 30th. Monthly bar, you can see that we're positive for the month. We got a nice little pop, pull back, and we're still looking good. Weekly, look at a little pattern notice. We got a negative week here, positive, positive, negative, positive, and then negative down. So same thing, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. And the next week will be interesting, because if we're going to follow this pattern, next week if it's going to follow this pattern, it should start pushing lower and take out this low, which is this low right here at 2680. But if it doesn't follow this pattern and there's a change in trend, it should start pushing higher and maybe take out this high of 2886. The Gann fan, I think in my last video I said this is the last one holding. Actually, there is one more under there. Sometimes I forget to open this chart, but there is one more down here. So we're pretty good. We pierced it, we pop up, hit the other fan, cracked the low one, and now we're back in this. So we're gonna be in a little chop zone, but it won't be that bad. I've seen worse. So we're right here. We just bouncing off here, and we probably might hit this again, or maybe just go sideways. So we'll see how that goes. Nothing on the Fibonacci, pitchfork, nothing really interesting there. On the Fibonacci ellipse, you can see that right here, the second week of November, we have an arch circle completed, so should be interesting where we're at. If we're high, this thing could pull back, or if we get a pullback, it could get a pop right there. So let's see how the first week of November plays out. Harmonic string, you can see that we kind of put a dip here, and right here could maybe be resistance, and maybe we have a pullback, and we find support here. But that should be tomorrow, so it might be some resistance there tomorrow. We'll see. Forex string, you see some of the cycles are kind of now starting to, they came down here and now they're starting to push up, and you see that the momentum is to the upside all the way to like the last week of November, the 28th. So we'll see how that pans out too. Saw, same thing. Right here, the 30th, which I got an eye on. You can see that, we could probably push higher, maybe find resistance there, or I don't know, push low and maybe have a turn and push lower. So we'll see. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And my final thing here is the free ellipse. This is right now we're climbing this arch, which is interesting. I didn't even think it was going to do that. I thought it was just going to pop straight up. But it popped here, and found support here, and now it's riding this arch. Now it's going up. Let's see how far it's going to go before it comes off into this cycle level. Alright, so I think I covered everything on that chart. Let's go into my other charts and see. The point of control is at 26.86, so now we're above it, so we're really looking good. The only thing that's not good is that we're in the mobile band, so we're in chop zone. At least I'm in from here, so if it's going to chop, it's fine. But if I wasn't in, and if I wanted to get in now, I wouldn't get in now, because you're in the chop zone. Anywhere between that 27.58 to the point of control 26.86, this is all chop. You don't know where it's going to go. Once it breaks out of the 27.90 and it shoots higher, then that's good to get in. At least you could probably even test these pivot highs. And if it turns down back on you, you just get stopped out. But that's a greater possibility of making profit. But here, you're not going to make money. Here, you're just going to get chopped. Let's see. Right here, we're still holding this 26.88, so that's good. The reversal point. Possible targets that I have is that 28.73 right here. And obviously, this is the base. You can see this is the 1 hour. We got weak sold off. And now we found support at this 50%, which is at 27.24. And now we're going back up to retest this level and maybe test 27.58 all the way to 27.64 right here. And then over here might be some resistance. And if you get to 27.84, definitely you're going to get some resistance there. 15-minute, 5-minute. As I shown you in my previous video, this is a 1x1, and the euro found, this is a monthly, actually weekly. It found support on the I believe the second week of the October right here. We're having a tough time trying to stay above 27.44, which is this angle right here. Once we get above 27.44, we're going to go to 29.16, which is that 75% level right here. So let's see how that pans out. And there's nothing there. Let's go into this big chart over here, my profit. And I use the Gunner 24. And you can see that we've sold off over here, found support right here, and now we're back above the 1x1. We just need to stay above on that 27.35 and push higher. And maybe that possible target will be that 2800 level right here. And if we get to hit these arches right here, we probably have some possible resistance, or maybe some choppiness until we push higher. Dates, well, look at my square of 9. You can see the 23rd, that's when I went long, right at the 350-degree circle. This is the 270, and now we're going to do the, on the 30th, we're going to do a 360 right there. This is the 28th. You can see that on the 28th, we got a nice pop vibration level with the 9.9. And 30th and the 6th is the dates I'll be watching next. Same thing here. 20th. Got that sell. Oh, that spike down. Line up with the 10.3, which is the pivot low we got. And the 23rd. We got that pivot low there. And this is where we're at now. This is square of 4. The next date I'm watching is the 30th. Let's see what else we got. And for November, this is another date I'm watching. So maybe it could be that we're probably going to continue going higher all the way to November the 22nd. So this is a vibration level that I'm watching also. This one failed. So this is the one I'm watching next. Square of 9, using all the highs and lows. This is where we're at right now. So it should be interesting to see how it's going to pan out, where we're going to find support and resistance within these angles. I don't think there's anything there to show you. I think that's it. And dates. These are some of the dates that worked out that I use on my trading. These are blue, our weekends days, so this didn't work out. October 28 was great. It was a nice pop. Next date I'm watching is the 30th and 31st. 31st has a 3 cluster hit. And October 17th didn't work out. These worked out great. The 20th did worked out good too. It was to the downside, or maybe I can't remember what the 20th was. Yeah, 20th was right there. So that was kind of like in the middle. That probably didn't. This one probably doesn't get any color. Maybe probably a dud, because it didn't really do anything. So that probably gets a red. The 20 seconds doesn't get anything. We got a Mars buy, that was a dud. Venus buy, that was a dud. The 11th was a Saturday. The 24th was a good one. It was a Mercury buy signal. And I think that's it. And these right here worked out pretty good. These are other dates I was using, other calculations. The 24th, 28th, and 29th, which is tomorrow, I'm going to keep an eye on. 28th was great. And I think that's it. And then the 31st. And then we move on to November. November dates to watch for the euro. And then lastly is the big picture. We start out with the monthly. I'm going to work my way back all the way to the 12 hours. So the monthly, look at the monthly. We sold all these months. Found support right here. Key level to watch is at 27.40, which where we at right now. That level right there is the no, that's the 75% level right there. It's finding resistance right there at the 75% level. So this is negative, negative. This is kind of consolidating. Got a hockey stick, so it looks like it's paused finally. When you get a little hockey stick, pausing. MMG, nice little slope to the upside, so we're getting momentum. Bulls are showing up, and this is showing that the it's still negative, but it's kind of giving you an early signal here that prices has finally stabilized from this big drop. The weekly, you can see that finally now we're getting some yellow bars, which is good. Momentum is picking up. We got a chop here. If you can see, we've been chopping here and fail, push down, chopping up, fail, and now we're chopping up and now trying to push higher. We got a Fisher buy signal, so that's good. This is still negative, but this is about to crack mobile band. The MACDs are pushing higher. Once we get above, we'll be looking good. And this is borderline about to turn green. So this is a good indicator that I like watching. And it's just going back and forth. It's just really on chop zone. But once this gets like this green, it's going to be good. Because then this is lining up. This will eventually turn. The only thing that concerns me is the CCI 50 is right at the still negative zone. So this kind of spooks me a little bit. And that's why I have my stop pretty close. Just in case it's a head fake and they're going to trap some bulls. At least I lock in some profit. But other than that, we're still in chop zone in the mobile band on the weekly. So it's kind of risky trying to, figure if this thing is going to go long or not. Or it's going to, chop out and push lower. On the daily, we got this nice pop from the October 3rd, full moon. We got blast off, hit this high right here, which is the 75%. Pull right back down on the new moon, buy signal right there. I got in at 26.16 and I've been writing it now. And we got this linear regression channel right here. Once we break above this mobile band, 27.70, and push higher, we are obviously going to test this 50 simple moving average, which is at 28.53, and obviously test this high again of the 28.86. Team is positive, mobile is positive. This is kind of trending sideways, but good because it's not in the chop zone. And we got Fisher buy signals, all of them all lit up, so it's looking good. MMG buy signal. And the interesting thing is that we're in a squeeze play right here on the daily. We've been on a squeeze play since the 20th. So we got all these days that price have been contained, and it's about to explode somewhere. Excuse me. And it looks like it just wants to maybe pop downward. But it all depends if this thing pushes higher, then maybe we might get a little blue bar over here. But other than that, it looks like the explosion wants to go down just by looking at this. And on the 12 hour, we're dealing with this 50% level right here, which is at 27.49. We're having a tough time there, but we got all the buy signals, and look at we cracked the Darvas box, and then we want to push higher. Team is positive, mobile is positive. You know, the CCI is looking really nice. Look at that 50. See that 50, that blue line? I want to see that here on the weekly. We're here. We're like in bear zone, so that's not good. The 5, the 20 are away from the 50, but these are trending nicely. The 5, the 50, and the 20, and above the medium point. Once this thing locks up here, that's going to be really good. Same thing here. We're kind of like, sideways. This is, you know, it might probably turn tonight with London session. Looks like we're probably, you know, overbought on the 12-hour. Same thing here, pushing lower. And you got the TTM short term pushing higher, and same thing with the TTM squeeze. We got a couple of yellow bars. So my bias is to the upside. I'll continue watching the euro and doing some calculations, seeing if maybe, you know, if this is where the cycle pivot low is, and we're going to go higher. But I do have my trailing stop really close, just in case this is a bear trap. So hopefully this video helps you, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the euro. Happy pimping.